Hello, everybody. Be Vicious here. So it is September 3rd, 2015, and I've really been slacking. So I'm gonna basically I've the last 2 weeks my life has been consumed by working and Madden and my girlfriend. So I'm going to over the course of today do as many videos that I should have posted over the last 2 weeks that I just haven't. So let's begin. I'm going to start with a review of an album that I should have definitely put out when it first came out because this video is probably not going to get nearly as many views as it would have if I put this out. But today I'm going to review Disturbed's album Immortalized. So I have reviewed 3 songs from this album already. I did the Vengeful one, the title track Immortalized, and What Are You Waiting For? So I guess let's just diverge into the album. Stick with me here. I know a lot of people are going to hear this and maybe click out of this after what I'm going to talk about for the first. But for my review of the Vengeful one, I had said that I felt that this was a band that really only had one sound, that if you've heard their basically like 10 standout tracks, the ones that you know the most by Disturbed, you've heard them all. And for the most part, I still kind of agree with that. I do feel this is a band that they have one sound, and it's a great sound, but it's just one sound. And I really wanted to hear more from this band. And I feel that they're very predictable at times, and it's just I've heard this at times. So that was my main quandary with the Vengeful one, being their main single. It had a great music video. It was just I felt that I'd heard that song before, and this is an album that I feel it was definitely a rejuvenation for this band. They took a step back after Asylum, which I thought was very meh at best, and they took some time to themselves and they worked on something that would be new with Disturbed. But I feel that like the Bullet for My Valentine album, Venom, I feel this is definitely a step in the right direction. It's just not quite where I wanted. Like it's not quite to the level that I was hoping because while there is definitely some bits, there's some parts in here that you can take out and be like, yes, this sounds different, or I'd probably say the song that caught my attention the most and really drove me because it sounded so different was The Light. I felt that was a very great track and very entertaining. It's just the only thing about it is they are still predictable with their songwriting. It's still just intro, verse, pre-chorus slash chorus, verse two, chorus two, either get breakdown, vocal break, or a guitar solo, then chorus three, then outro. Like that's just what they write, and that's all it is. So I went through this album, and the first time I listened to it, I'm just like, that's what it is, that's what it is, that's what it is, that's what it is. They keep doing it. There's not much changing. If you change the different parts of the song, if you if you mix those up, it really changes the sound of the song. It adds a different dynamic. And I just feel that's something that Disturbed just does not do. They didn't do this in this album. They never really did it in their previous albums. But like I said, this is an album that I felt it's definitely better than Asylum. They're going in the right track, and they did have some sounds that they caught my interest. They were, ooh, this is different. I like that. So what I would say is that they they had they had differences in sound. Like they didn't really change. They didn't change the song structure, but they did go about changing the way they went approaching the song structure that they already used. But I would like to hear them change the song structure because it's just the same thing. And when you have one similar sound, which there are songs on this album that do say it sounds similar to what they've done in the past, it just sounds like Disturbed. This is Disturbed. This has been Disturbed. This is Disturbed, and this will always be Disturbed. Hopefully, they continue to grow as a band, which they clearly have done, and take what they and do different things. Like I will say, I gotta say, I will throw this out there that David Draymond was fantastic on this album. He had his vocals really shined in this album, and I gotta give him credit where credit's due. He did a great job, especially on that Simon and Garfunkel cover. That it gives you goosebumps, and he did such a great job. And I really admire what this the advancement he's taken in he was never a bad vocalist by any means, but he's still stepped it up, and it's just he did a great job on this album. So I feel he definitely should know that. as for the rest of the instrumentals, it's kind of basic Disturbed. The drums are always what they need to be. They're very strong. Nothing very technically difficult, but very, you can feel it, and that's fine when it comes to drums. That's good. The guitar, Dan Donegan, he knows what he's doing. He's got, he had some really, cool riffs and whatnot. His guitar solos never have been very out there. Probably the most technical one is Stricken, but he he doesn't need to do that, and that's good. That's a great way of writing songs. So he's a great guitarist, and I felt this album was pretty good. And just this album as a whole, I felt it was good. It was a step up. It's something I like to listen to. It's just not quite where I would like to hear Disturbed. But that doesn't mean that they can't still grow in the future. So with that being said, I'm gonna give this album an 8.2 out of 10, knowing that this is something that maybe they look at this and they continue to move, because I would like to hear more progression from this band. And it's just you hear that, and if you don't think that's the song structure that they use, go listen to them and tell me and explain to me where it is not like that, because it is literally like that on just about every song, and it's just not, it doesn't do enough for me. So, but like I said, good album. I think it's a step in the right direction. Hopefully in the future, they can come up with more stuff that they, more varying sounding stuff. They definitely showed their ability on songs like The Light, that they can really change up their sound. So hopefully, you know. So, what did you think of this album? What did you think of Disturbed? Are you still pissed at me because I am not totally in love with Disturbed? What's your favorite song from the album? What's your favorite song by Disturbed? These are all questions I would love to have a conversation with you, as long as you just comment them in the comment box below. Please subscribe, as I will be posting a lot more videos coming soon, seeing as how I've been putting them off. I have a lot more music reviews that I have to do as well that will be coming up, as well as the new Iron Maiden album coming out tomorrow. So stay tuned, and I will talk to you guys soon, because I have more videos that I have to do today. So